So we originally sent out 10 agreements on October 1st, and of those agreements, we've received Atwater, Brimfield, Case, Manaway Township, Ravenna City and Township, Woodstown, Taylorsville, and Southland back. So it's really well.
Who are our stragglers? Is there anyone that we did not hear from in a timely manner that did not abide by our deadline?
I don't know. I'm not sure the status of Franklin Township at this moment.
I'm sorry. What was that done?
I'm not sure of the status of Franklin Township at this moment. So.
Okay.
When was the deadline?
Yesterday.
They were to let me know by December 1st.
Did we follow up with them as a courtesy to say, hey,
Yeah, our prosecutor
today's the day?
is
It's on it. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
So December 1st was yesterday. They were supposed to do that, and then from my understanding, they don't have another meeting towards the end of end of March, or take mid 2 weeks. And have they given any indication of what they plan on doing?
I am just communicating with our prosecutor's office.
Okay.
So.
And Chris, is he coming in today to talk to us?
No, it was discussed, it would be talked about next Tuesday.
Oh, next Tuesday. Okay. All right, so we'll get updated then. All right, thank you. All right, anything else, Don, on those two items?
Just resolution.
Yeah.
Okay.
Board of Commissioners moves to authorize an agreement between Portage County Solid Waste Management District Board of Commissioners to provide recycling collection services for Manaway Township.
Second.
Roll call. Tony.
Yes.
Vicky.
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
Board of Commissioners moves to authorize the Portage County Solid Waste Management District to end voluntary curbside subscriptions.
Second.
Roll call?
Tony.
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
Vicky.
Yes.
And then we have an add-on?
Yes.
Board of Commissioners moves to agree to approve the Thursday, December 2nd, 2021 bills, ACH payments, journal vouchers, and then and now as applicable as presented by the county auditor and reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second.
Roll call?
Tony.
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
Vicky.
Yes.
Okay, make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Roll call?
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
Vicky.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Don. We'll reconvene to the Board of Commissioners. Okay, who's next? Human Resources. Hey, Janet.
Good morning.
Hey, did you have any comments or? Nope.
Not really. I would just, in regards to the benefits versus job description, that really is just a title change because the job duties already encompass administering leave, LA as well as the ADA accommodations. So the title is just reflective of that. So that's
It's more encumbering of the true.
It's simply just a title change.
And what about the other one? Promotion of the part-time permit technician one to full-time permit. Was there a vacancy? How does that work? Is that in the funding for the department? Because it's the building department.
Yeah, they do have, if I'm
Funding is
correctly,
available
funding
for
is
this
available.
position.
Yeah.
So what, they have had an increase in workload,
Okay.
right, all these home selling, et cetera, et
Oh,
cetera.
yeah.
But also, we are going to be implementing some new technology. And with the training requirements and training, the contractors and whatever it may be, they want to move this position to full-time so that it can honestly reflect the changes.
The changes.
And more adequately serve the public, et cetera.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, as long as it's in the budget, I'm good with that.
It's good.
In accordance with section 305.30 Ohio Revised Code, the Board of Commissioners, Resolution 210396, Part 9, Board of Commissioners acknowledges and approves the county administrator to approve. Board moves to authorize a change in the title and benefits specialist and human resources department to benefits and leave administrator. These changes are a result of position and job duties, also responsibility for administering approved leave of absence, in addition to health benefits for the county employees. No other changes have been made in this job description, including no changes to the pay grade assigned to this position.
Second.
Roll call?
Tony.
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
Vicky.
Yes.
Board of Commissioners moves to authorize the promotion of Jeannie Semke for a part-time permanent technician 1 to a full-time permanent technician 2 Portage County Building Department effective January 1st, 2022.
Second.
Roll call?
Tony,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
that was it.
Alright,
Come on in.
jobs and family services.
So you're really short and sweet today.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How are you? Necklace.
Oh, thank you.
Nice and festive. Everyone's got
I was gonna
green,
say,
we're
yeah.
getting into the festivities.
right.
Frank's got green on, moving into the Christmas.
Ed's checking. He's colorblind. so I
Ed's
didn't
like,
know.
let me think about this.
I don't remember what I put on this morning.
Nothing.
It blends.
All right.
All right, I just have two. The first one is our regular monthly mandated share for December.
Board of Commissioners moves to transfer Fund 0001 General Fund to Fund 1410 Public Assistance Fund.
Second.
Roll call, Tony,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Board of Commissioners moves to transfer Fund 1415 Child Welfare Special Levy Fund to Fund 1410 Public Assistance Fund.
Second.
roll call, Tony,
Yes.
Sabrina, yes, Vicky.
Have a great
All
day.
right, thanks, you too.
Thanks, Sue. Alright, who's our next one?
Budget.
Oh, Joe. I know. With his Christmas meals. Look at that. Oh, I think we got them. Or are they revised? Then?
There was a revision since the initial creation.
Oh.
So he did revise it.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Joe.
Do you guys wanna do the bills and the
Yeah.
non-general first?
Yeah, it's on the app.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do that one first. Board of Commissioners moves to agree to approve the Thursday, December 2nd, 2021 bills, ACH payments, wires, journal vouchers, and then and now as applicable, as presented by the county auditor, reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second.
Roll call, Tony,
Yes.
Sabrina, yes, Vicky,
Yes.
Board of Commissioners moves to agree to amend the General Fund 2021 Annual Appropriation Resolution 20-0802 adopted December 17th, 2020.
Second.
And let's see here. I'm trying to. I got my stuff a hot mess here this morning. I apologize. I'm trying to look. Oh, yeah. Oh, here it is. It's right underneath.
Yep.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, so this is for the general fund. Okay. All right. Roll call.
Tony,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Okay. Now I have a couple questions on the next one, but you want to
Go ahead.
Tony?
Go ahead, ask the
Okay.
question.
For the non-general fund that we're going over, what exactly is the 600,000 transfer for the PCS, which is the Portage County Sheriff's Department, for 5,200?
No, that's Portage County Sewer.
Oh, is it sewer? Okay. So what exactly is that for? Is that for their?
That's just to cover all the expenses, all the contracts and, material supplies that we are currently trying to catch up and paying on.
Oh. Okay.
So, instead of, I noticed with this fund, instead of adding supplemental appropriations, all the money was put into capital outlay, like all the extra money was put into capital outlay. So, there's basically supplementing their contract service material supplies by a transfer.
I don't. That doesn't. To me, that's why I was asking on that, because when I think of capital outlay, that's like we're putting in new systems or we're
Right.
replacing. But then I see.
Well,
That
the
is-
money was there, you're taking it out, right? I mean, it was
What's
put
that?
there, the money was put there.
The money was put there,
It just
so
may not be categorized right.
it was like $6 million that was put in capital outlay and it's never been used. That haven't been used in the last couple years. Yeah, so I think pulling away of putting money into the budget.
Okay, and then one last question for me, and that is, well, two actually, I'm sorry. The motor vehicle and gas tax, the 50,000 for contract services, materials and supplies, what exactly is that?
It is to, they told me it was to cover contract expenses that we have.
Oh.
That, for the end of the year, to make sure that they have enough money.
You're just moving money, right?
Basically,
Just trying to, okay.
just transferring.
And then the last one is the adult probation, the COVID hazard pay.
So, about 3 months ago, they got a grant
Okay.
to provide hazard pay for their employees. How they did it was they paid it out of general fund, Instead of us funding the money for a reimbursable grant, they paid it out of general fund, and then they got the money back, so we put the money into 1132, and then we're basically increasing appropriations for that, and then doing expense correction from general fund over to 1132. All this is grant related. It's basically moving money around.
Yeah, but normally with a grant, we would wait until we get the grant funds to pay it out. We wouldn't necessarily take from our general fund.
So,
Because as we see sometimes with other departments, JFS, took 2 years to get certain funds and.
yeah, so we were going to advance money over to that fund, but if I remember correctly, it was just due to timing. We waited too long to advance money from general fund over to 132 because it's a reimbursable grant.
Oh.
So he paid for it. He paid for it out of his budget, and then we got it.
It just seems like a lot of extra work, especially for
It is.
you and, I mean,
It is.
yeah. So for the new year, let's try to clear this stuff up.
I agree.
Because it's causing my head to spin.
Yeah. So basically that appropriation is to use up the grant.
Okay.
Very good.
And I don't have any other questions. Did Tony or Vicky?
No.
I'm good.
Okay.
Board of Commissioners agrees to amend non-general fund 2021 annual appropriation resolution 20-0803 adopted December 17, 2020.
Second.
Roll call. Tony?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Vicky?
Yes.
And the next one,
Discussion?
you had another resolution.
Oh yeah. That is.
For
Yeah.
Board of Commissioners moves to transfer Fund 1026 Kent Community Court Project Fund 3013 GO 2001.
Second.
Hey, roll call. Tony?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Vicky?
Yes.
Now discussion, sir.
All right. So I just wanted to reface this with the reason why I did 2 budget discussions is if there's any questions or if you're wanting a department to come in and justify their request, that would happen on Tuesday.
Okay.
And then so yeah, let's
Yeah, so let's start with this. Now, per your comment here, you're still waiting on internal services because we are like at the end. Have we
We're
been
waiting on it.
able to set up a meeting with Joanne? I know she just came back, so.
She just came back. She was trying to get, caught up on
Yeah.
several things. So I did email her,
Okay.
and so I'm waiting on her to get back to me. But she's busy with 100 different things
Yeah,
right now.
I'm
So
sure.
Because I would like her to come in next Tuesday, just to make sure we're all on the same page. And I see some of them looks like estimates. I would like Joanne.
yeah, these are
to come
estimates
in.
based on what we talked about a couple months ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we've talked about it since I've been around, since January, most of the the on that list.
Yes.
I'm about talked out, so.
We're trying.
You guys were talking about it before I ever got here.
Oh no, it was COVID, nothing to do.
yeah, she is working on getting
Yeah.
some updated
Yeah.
pricing and quotes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The court expansion one, has anybody talked to anybody about that?
Didn't we say we weren't gonna do
She
that?
will,
She's
well,
gonna come
she's
in,
gonna
come
update
in.
us
Yeah,
on
we
that.
were looking at it and go ahead and start the investigation
Yeah.
process.
She was
Well,
gonna
we-
come in and said she found some other way, or,
Well, what we asked her to do, because, instead of someone coming to us in a silo, it sounds like everyone there is out of space and stuff. We asked that the architect who originally built it look to see what is the best way to expand, period, because we don't have a lot of room to be expanding. It's probably like a one-shot deal. And then again, we probably want to have the other judges, the other
Everybody in on it.
administrative judges in on it. So that's what we gave Joanne marching orders, was to go back to the architect and see what truly is feasible.
I must
Because we
have missed
can't
that
go, yeah, we
I-
can't
I
go
missed
up.
that.
Yeah, we can't go up. We have to go out, but we don't have very.
And that's
room
only
to
2
go
or 3
out.
floors, and you're probably talking less than 2,000 square feet that you could actually add to that. Possibly taking one of the judges,
We want to put them, maybe look at the annex building.
correct, and one of the judges has indicated that there's a possibility of going outside of that building, because their job
Mhm.
isn't necessarily done in there. That they could give up that space to be used for, say, Judge Gilletto's court if they expand, as she's been talking about doing. So, and then we could maybe use that ARPA money to fix the air conditioners and some of the other stuff in the annex building. And
Yeah,
get
but
that,
Joanne will actually give us the update, hopefully, on that when she comes in next Tuesday. But
Hopefully.
you are right.
Fine,
I would
hopefully.
love to do something. I know everyone talked about the annex building being a pit, but I tell you what, it's structurally,
sound.
that's a beautiful building, and I would rather put the money there than, it's gonna be a lot of work. And
Building
we'd
the
have to-
court is, that's 5, 10
It's a
easy
lot.
million
Yes.
for us to spend
So
to
we
make a
just
court
wanna
that's not gonna be.
Look at all
no,
our
no
options.
park, what the parking, we're gonna lose a lot of parking.
We would lose, that, I think only 1 or 2 parking spaces where the judges park underneath there. Because the judges don't wanna give that up, cause that's also for the prisoners transferred in through that area.
Well,
But,
ADA issues.
yeah,
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
one judge that has
There's a
got
lot
to
going
be
on there
able.
that we
Yeah,
would have to
so-
take into consideration.
but we can't add more than a couple
No.
thousand feet above 2 floors, and that's really not worth, to me, $5-10 million.
Yeah, so that's why we had gave
Oh, yeah, that, all right,
her
yeah.
those instructions.
I will, reiterate with Joanne that we definitely would
To
like
be
hear from her
prepared to
Yeah.
Tuesday,
have
yeah.
an update.
I know she's working on it because I had, asked her for an update,
Okay.
and she is working on it, so.
Okay, perfect.
Was
Did you
there-
guys
was
have any
there-
other questions on the?
Well, was there any other capital improvements that I didn't list, that you guys are wanting?
Those are the ones,
These are the ones that we've been talking about.
We've been
but
talking
I don't know
about.
if there's anything else.
Yeah. I don't see any other ones. Vicky, do you see
No.
anything?
Okay.
I mean, with roofs, we talked about windows, parking lots.
the
Even that elevator, I think that's gonna be more than 500K though.
Yeah, cause it was,
I know, you didn't know, that's a biggie.
but you know what, Vicky, the other day, guess what was down again?
Oh, I know, it was down
I
last
am
week.
like,
there is something missing, what, the records building isn't here, the roof on that.
Oh, out on Infirmary Road.
Yeah. Because they're telling me because it's old and has structural on the roof that it's gonna be incredibly costly comparatively.
Yeah, when we get back to the, what do we do with all those records out there, we talked about that for years.
well, and the clerk has asked for her own scanning, equipment
has.
that she will do, and she can even,
For microfilm.
she said, help, Judge Smith, who's behind with it. That she would work to try to,
Have they ever given us a call, cause the record,
no, cause
She talked about
she
that.
was coordinating with Joanne to
Mhm.
see, and to see if that's something we would entertain.
I'll add that to the list.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'll send her a full list and ask her for an update on all of them. I know
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, she's
I
aware
know
of all of
she's
it.
working on it. We'll just-
Okay. Records building. Okay, I don't see anything else that I recall.
Okay.
As far as our capital improvements. Okay, now we're to the auditor?
Yes, she is wanting to move her, tax settlement administrator, which is Beth Wagner,
Mhm.
from part-time to full-time. The reasoning is the workload is increased. There's enough work for them to increase her full-time.
Mhm.
If you guys want more justifications from her, I can have her come in and do it. Or,
When she says, what's increasing their workload, or what, I mean, what has changed? I guess, did they not give you any descriptions? They just shoot you an email and say, hey, our workload's increased, this is what we need?
that's what they give me.
I
So-
think I want a little more supporting document.
On why, just fine.
Yeah.
I think this is just Joe bringing you aware, hey, here's
Right.
a request.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Would you
yeah.
like
Yeah.
them to come in?
and then,
Can figure that out.
Yeah.
Who's filling in for Miss Esposito? Oh, she's.
Should be Rebecca?
Rebecca.
Rebecca is?
Let's have Rebecca come up. Does anyone have is she?
She's a direct report to
I'm just
Rebecca
like-
anyway, right, Beth is?
yes.
Yeah,
She did
okay, so, okay,
And then, they were saying that their weights and measures vehicle is like on its last leg, and they're wanting to replace that vehicle.
do you know how old that one is? Cause
I know it's pretty old, I'll
I
find
wanna
out.
say it is,
I know it's pretty old, and I remember seeing they've been repairing that a lot.
And I thought we talked about this before, to get that vehicle.
I think we did, that's why
Yeah.
I'm surprised it was still on here, cause
Yeah.
I thought we said.
Is that a
we
different
would-
vehicle?
Is weights
Well,
and
this
measures,
was-
is that the same
no,
one
this-
that the,
They go out with the gas pumps and, all
And
the,
wasn't there one about weights and measures I thought with the sheriff's department or something?
That's the scales.
That's the
Scales.
scales.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
okay,
is
got
something
it.
different.
Got it. I
Engineers.
got it.
Yeah.
Remember.
We're
This
waiting on
is
an update
weights
from the
and
engineer,
measures.
Got it.
engineer on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This one is for the auditor, but I thought we did something else, but that was like a different truck, I think. I think they're both, I think several of her vehicles are outdated, but this in particular is one she wants to replace now.
That's correct.
Yeah,
And she
because-
wants to buy it outright. It's that easy.
I think it makes sense for them, because they do keep them more than 3 years.
So are we good with that vehicle?
I'm good with it, because I could have swore we already approved it, but,
Well, it was on my last budget discussion.
Was
but we,
it?
But
Okay.
but we didn't really talk about anything in that budget discussion. The data processing important. So, Lloyd and I were both talking, and we were kind of trying to figure out the best way to do chargebacks. Because I noticed that, like, Office 365, they get chargeback, and then have to go in and increase budget in the general fund. Well, it doesn't really make sense to do that, because if the general fund is paying for a general fund purchase, there's really no need to charge back each general fund department. For outside funds, yes,
Mhm.
like water resources or all special revenues. So we were hoping that giving him the money to pay for the Zoom, like all the software expenses, and then he would charge back to the outside funds, and not all general fund departments.
Do that one more time. Do that one more
Okay,
time.
Yeah,
I
I'm
won't,
not
I won't, I
following
won't.
you
No,
either.
no, you're good.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so for example, Office 365,
okay,
Joanne pays for it, and then she charges back to every department.
okay.
And I believe that's general fund purchase. I don't see a reason to why we're charging back to each general fund department, because I would have to go back and implement a budget for that after the fact. So instead of doing that, Lloyd would pay for Office 365. Any department that's outside general fund, he would charge that back to, like he would charge them for it. Like he wouldn't charge general fund because it's all general fund money.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It's all going. It's from the same money, going to the same place, but individually we're taking out of it and put it back in.
Except for some departments have the funding on their own and we don't pay back,
Isn't it a set amount each
chargeback.
chargeback each month? Like, I guess, what is Joanne saying about this? Like, what has Joanne given any update on this, or given any?
Because government's infamous for chargebacks for everything. Every individual.
I guess it would surprise me that
department.
you would have to go back in and do anything. I would think that they would have an idea what the cost is and
So
set it
from
for
what I
the year.
understand and talking to other departments and other elected officials is they never worried about software line because Todd would always go back in and implement the budget for it.
I know in particular that
After.
veterans has it. I know for sure Rich has it. So maybe we just need to be a little bit more consistent. I don't know that we want to.
My thought is get it done in one place, and then he's got the list, and rather than keep going back to the general fund and doing more paperwork and computer work,
Yeah,
that what you just described is, all right, this person gets it, these 15 places, departments get it, and these 3 have to be charged separately.
yeah, have you talked to the auditor job if there's a specific reason that we would do the allocations like that? I understand what you're saying, it makes no sense. We fund it, but we put it in their budget, which comes from us, to charge
Exactly.
back,
Exactly.
and then it comes back to us.
Exactly.
But is there a because we do this for like everything it seems. I mean, for staffing, we do chargebacks.
We do it for insurance. We do it basically how we do it. I think it's a way to figure out how
The
much
true
is allocated,
cost.
the true cost of each department. We do it for insurance claims. We do it for pretty much everything that I'm aware of.
There has to be a
there is a
reason
line
for
for
it.
them.
I don't know,
It's
because
how you really get a true reflection of what the
Because
department costs are.
I get all that, but it's just I feel like it's unnecessary. More paperwork, more work just to charge back general funds. Back to general funds.
And I understand that, but we do that for a lot of things. I'm wondering if there's a reason for it.
I don't know.
And I think we better verify that with like
I will.
Rebecca, because,
And Joanne, because
And-
Joanne is currently involved in. I think maybe there's a better process.
yeah,
And maybe we don't have all the information that she has because you haven't been able to get in touch with her, right? So, but perhaps instead of having to redo things, we set the budget appropriately to begin with. when the chargeback is done, so you don't have to move money. 'Cause I'm thinking that's a set charge, like it shouldn't be changing all the time, it's not based upon usage,
Well, like
it's based upon
365,
need, right?
I know 365 changes based on how many computers you have, based on how many employees each
Right.
department has.
Which don't change like monthly,
Often, yeah.
right, so.
Okay.
And you're
Yeah.
able to tell us exactly how much each department is spending on, 365 on a regular basis in their budget. That's already done regardless of how you do this?
But I'm thinking that in order to reflect a true reflection of how much a department or an elected official office truly costs the county, that's why I think we do that. I mean, other than an inconvenience, there has to be
There
a
has to be one reason.
yeah, and in my mind, that's why we do it, and I wouldn't think we'd wanna change that, but
Okay.
if there's, yeah. We'll check that out.
Or was your question to have it moved to the auditor, like under IT in lieu of internal services, that was your initial?
Yeah, so like, we were trying to have all technology related expenses in with IT.
He was just trying to eliminate those chargebacks, once the premises.
Well, that and also,
Also who's doing the chargeback?
But that inflates her budget and makes it look like her budget's way more. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you better check that out. Okay, next.
tech projects. Lloyd is requesting $244,070 to replace all the network switch in our servers. I don't really understand what network switches is, but it's something that has to do with hardware that needs replaced.
Mhm.
So he's asking for that that's for $44,000. And then skip the moving PC purchasing from IT to internal services because we just talked about that again.
Yeah.
The Munis upgrade, so they're wanting to upgrade Munis. For the first year, it's gonna cost $31,916, and that's gonna enhance Munis more, and I will give you the budget module that I'm wanting and need.
It will give you that?
It will,
Oh.
but I can't get that budget module until
You should upgrade it?
they upgrade it.
How does that compare to what we pay on an annual basis now for Munis?
We pay around 31,000, so
Okay.
it's kind of
So
the same. Yeah, and then it's saying recurring.
But it's gonna give you an upgrade and it's gonna expand it and,
Yes.
okay,
So we're good on that one?
I'm good on that one.
Are you guys good on the network switch replacements?
I don't quite understand what
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah,
It's something you have to have for the system to run efficiently and function the way it's supposed to. And
It's like.
And we get away with-
five switches.
Yeah.
But they're wearing out right now and they need
Right.
replaced, and if we
Yes,
don't
before
replace
it
them, we'll have
crashes
a
and
network
burns.
issue.
And believe it or not, it's been a while since we replaced everything. It seems like it was just a couple of days ago, but, or it's been years now, so I'm sure all this is starting to. Okay.
And then I just wanted to say that I'm looking into trying to upgrade our utility billing software. I will get more information on that once I go through the demos and see what makes it better, what makes it more efficient.
I was gonna say, what are you looking to enhance? I mean, what's
I'm looking to
the-
either go through Munis, a module component, because I noticed that we are doing double work. Like we're doing stuff in software and then we have to take all that stuff and put it into Munis
Oh,
and that kind of stuff. And it just seemed like eGov. Well, back when my last job, we upgraded from eGov to VIP 4 years ago because eGov was antiquated, or we're still using eGov. So that's telling me that software it may not be upgraded.
There's a couple of systems we have that need that.
So I will bring more information back once I go through all that. I just want to let you guys know.
And there again, sorry, I hate to keep going back to Joanne, but if it reaches a certain threshold, we're gonna have to
Correct.
spit that out.
Correct. Yeah. Public defender, he's requesting 2 additional trainings. Because he's saying that he has one attorney per court, and he's saying that because the caseload is going up, I don't have the specifics, but he's saying that caseloads are going up, and he's not going to be able to maintain his percentage that he maintains.
he does like 95.
Yeah. So, but he's saying that he needs more people to maintain that because caseloads are going up.
I would actually like him to come in,
Okay.
JP, and he's very detailed and just to have a better understanding.
That's good.
Because I understand they're looking at reimbursing that 100%, but we all know, you know, 6 months from now that money runs out and we're down to 42% reimbursement, but yet we're stuck. So I just want to see numbers. I want to see how much the caseloads have increased or the length of the cases. I just need a little more
No,
justification.
nothing, yeah, nothing. Okay, Sheriff, he
Okay.
is requesting 12 vehicles next year. There is nothing, there's no resolution in place
Mhm.
saying that you guys approve anything for next year.
The Ford Inceptors, those are the patrol cars, correct?
So yeah, so I talked to him last couple of weeks about this.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna give the supervisors the F-150 pickup trucks. And then they're gonna take some of those cars that the supervisors and put them on the road. So the supervisors, and those are police rated for the supervisors, they're actually sitting, from what I understand, in Aurora. They happen to have them on the lot. They could get those. The 4 Interceptors, they're getting rid of the Tahoe. They're saying after 2022, the Tahoe probably will not be built anymore. So rather than have a vehicle, so with the cars that they have and these cars, the gear that goes inside them will be able to be used on both vehicles. Anything that they put in the Tahoe can't be used in the Expeditions or the Fords now. So that's one of the issues they've had.
Well, my question is I understand that the Inceptors, because those are the
Mhm.
patrol cars, supervisors. Normally with the administration and supervisors, we normally ended up buying them because they don't have them get the miles that the other cars, and we can get more life out of them, like 5 years versus 3. And since we've added so many more patrol people to them, I would think that should be reducing some of the mileage.
So
I
that
mean, I
would be.
wouldn't know that.
That would be.
So,
You know, and that's what, so for the supervisors' vehicles,
yeah.
I mean, if we offered to say, hey, buy those rather than we did, I think they would say, okay, tomorrow, do that, and then utilize the 7
The
in the lease
lease.
program that we have.
Mhm.
You know, and I've had questions because of the lease. I didn't like the idea, but
But for the patrol, it
it's
makes
coming along
sense.
pretty good, and we should
Yeah.
start seeing that. I think next year, end of 2022, is that 4th year you guys were talking about, that Mike was talking,
Yeah,
Kerrigan was
you
talking.
hit that
about.
3rd year, and then every major things start going, your
Absolutely.
warranties are gone. It makes sense for the Inceptors, but I'm wondering if we shouldn't take a look at maybe purchasing, because I'm thinking we might be able to get at least 5 years out of the supervisor car.
believe
But
they
I
would
mean,
agree with you.
if they have, I mean, and really we don't know because they're just now putting the supervisors actually
True, on
out,
the road.
right?
I rode Friday night with one of the supervisors.
So I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. Sabrina, I think that's a great idea that you just had, is buy those pickup trucks that are sitting there,
yeah.
and then have the chief put those other vehicles on the rotation
What
with
do you
the
think,
enterprise.
Vicki? Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
I'd like to see a resolution to do that as next Tuesday if we could.
I'm sure we could make that happen.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be a great idea,
Okay.
Sabrina.
All right.
Other than, Joe, you wanna make sure, follow up with,
Chief.
Chief Spitaleri to make sure what's the difference between outright buying them or leasing them.
Yeah. Because it's always better.
So,
for
just so we
us
have the
to-
resolution.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. And like I said, I'm hoping we'd be able to get maybe 2 more years out of them.
We may, because the
And
supervisors.
if not, we'll address it then. But
But what I did see Friday night, whatever supervisor's on there is zipping around this county and trying to make me nauseous while we were doing it. So they put a lot of miles on bouncing around too. They try to go to every call. That's an important one. But yeah,
Mhm.
awesome. Very good.
Right, and then solid waste. I know we have been talking about purchasing 2 trucks.
It's,
Do we want to purchase it for them, or do we want to try to have them use or sell them some money? They don't have the money, I mean, right now to
they
purchase
don't
these
have
trucks.
the money. But here's the thing. We've got 4, is it 4? I think we got 4 trucks sitting in the bays that it's not worth the money to put in them, but yet we owe debt on them, so we can't get rid of them. And she's got 6 drivers now, and you still got trucks breaking down all the time.
Mhm.
I would like to try to purchase two.
I think in
Would
the
we-
long run, it would be more economical.
Yeah, it would.
I think so too.
Because of not having, and I just,
Okay, good.
is some of this COVID money, because we see COVID can be used for vehicles and ambulances and police cars to save on that. Would we be able to use the same logic with the ARPA money to buy 1 or 2 trucks? And we have, and just to make it informative, all 3 of us, I happen to have a brother that's a hell of a lot smarter than I am, that is gonna have $750 million to spend for the city of Cleveland. Wow. And he's got a $500 million now, and he can't come, but I've suggested that Michelle and Joe and I have the first conversation with him to point us directions. What his team is they figure out the windows, and this is what I found fascinating, is that we all keep saying, well, they didn't tell us we could do anything. And the idea is make it as vague as possible, so you can paint your own picture and put it into a window, and then you could say, this is what we want to do, and so there are no rules on what you can do with the ARPA money, and that's our problem.
That's the problem.
But paint it to fits into the 4 categories or 5 categories they have, and then they actually, their team says, hey, we can do this, we write this way, and there's a couple things that I think we could talk the first conversation, and then they have a law firm that's just saying, do you agree with us?
Well, here's
Even broadband is one of them they talked about.
Yeah.
Can we get a waiver for the 85 versus the 100?
Well, here's my suggestion. That's fine, but I have introduced Michelle and Joe to our state auditor, Keith
Yeah.
Faber, who will be auditing for the ARPA
Yeah.
funds, and he has volunteered. He said anytime we have any questions, because they'll be the one, he extended, you call our office first. That it's not do it and ask for forgiveness. We'll end up paying
Yeah,
it back.
absolutely.
But he has extended that.
We did just talk about this, and
Yes.
I said, ask direct.
Yep.
Before we do anything, let's
Yes.
get a direct opinion,
Absolutely.
from the treasury, I think is what I said, but
Yeah.
your.
So I mean, if we get somebody that's ready doing it like 10, 20 times
Yeah.
bigger than us, and then we come up, they give us ideas, then we call the state auditor and say, hey,
Run it
we're
past
thinking
them.
about doing
Yeah.
this. What window can we put this in? And then
And that
they
gives
can
us
go to the feds.
protection both ways, because
But yeah,
that's the one that's going to be auditing
but
us.
I'd like to. I mean, because everybody asked when we were going to use the money, but everybody's at a standstill because kind of numb by
Yeah, it's
overload.
just ridiculous.
There are a lot of restrictions on it.
But
Yeah, there
are.
See, but a lot of
There's a way
restrictions
around it.
depends on how you look,
Yeah.
who you talk to. You get somebody that thinks and has done this, played this game. The restrictions are these categories, but paint your picture to put it in that category, and then they'll tell you if you're wrong. And just like broadband, it's got to be 100. Well, we can't get 100 broadband out here. We can only get 85. So make your proposal, send it to the federal government, and say, this is what we can do by using 85 megabytes
And we
versus
would not
100.
be alone, I'm
Can
sure.
we get a waiver on that? And there's possibilities that we can, or worst thing they can do is say, nope, figure out something else and get it bigger.
And that's
We need
where-
to look outside the county for these thoughts.
Our new person, when does she start?
Monday.
Monday.
Monday,
Cool.
Allison.
That's
She
great.
starts Monday.
Mhm.
Right, and I know we had just talked about this, that, let's get a direct opinion, because our prosecutors have one opinion, right? Which is valued.
Yeah,
No, like
absolutely.
saying it isn't, but, again, we work direct and we give the whole COVID history to it, such as the trucks. Instead of having drivers share a truck, we could have them have it their own truck.
Right.
Yeah, which would be a COVID.
Yeah, so do
Preventative
you
measure.
guys want to wait for the truckers to want to wait and see what these ARPA money for?
Well, we could always,
Reimburse.
before, it's not like this happens
Yeah.
overnight either. I say
Right.
we start moving forward
The
with
trucks.
it, and then if we can,
Well, another
Reimburse.
option, because you're saying you want to buy 2 trucks and we can't get ready for it because we still owe debt on it. We can always buy 1 truck and pay off the debt for the other one. Because they still owe like $400,000,
Is it that much?
which is the same amount as 1 truck. So we pay that debt off and she can get rid of all 4 of them.
And then continue
Have
paying the
a-
debt for the second one.
What's that?
Then continue to
Yeah.
go back to pay.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Let's find out if we can reimburse. money.
yeah.
Add that to your list of questions. Enough that
That
you
way
are
it won't hold
preparing,
us
to the
up.
treasury.
Cause it depends on the
But we'll
ink.
still, yeah.
But
Because we
yeah,
might
cause
be
I
able to
would
do that.
really, now what's the 500,000 advance repayment?
So they have $500,000 advance right now, outstanding, and the auditor's office is wanting us to repay the advance back by year end.
Oh, no, they don't have the money.
They don't have the money. And you
So-
should be able to make arrangements. We should be able to put in place a payment plan like we've done with other folks. Not to drain them.
And I, right, and
Can't get blood
I,
from a turnip.
I did say that.
Are you the
Um,
messenger, Joe? Is that what
Joe's the
you're doing?
messenger.
Yes.
I'm gonna shoot the messenger.
Because they're saying if we don't pay that $500,000 by the end of the year, they're trying to take it out of the cash balance.
Oh, no.
So they'll still have cash flow, but they can't appropriate that $500,000. Because that advance is supposed to
Can
be
they do
for
that?
Who's they?
the auditor's office.
Can they do that?
Our auditor can do whatever.
So I'm thinking, I'm recommending maybe they pay it back in
Perhaps that's an
January.
audit
I think we
question
should-
at the state.
Yes, yeah, and I think we should
Because-
hold off on that one and just look into that.
We need
Outside,
Cause
to the state auditor that Sabrina just, Mr. Faber.
we need to run that past Mr. Favorite because I can tell you, we've had other advances that have been
Absolutely.
way outstanding.
2 years.
And she does not have the money for that, and why could not we make a plan, a repayment plan?
So we tried to do that for JFS, and it was the same,
Yeah, the same thing.
They need to pay it all back by January.
No.
Like in that window, January before the year starts, or it gets taken out of cash flow. So JFS is paying them all back in January.
But maybe there's something we don't know, right?
Yeah, there could be.
Add that to our list.
This goes in those list of things we should
Joe,
find
you
out
have
from
lots of
others than just the department head sometimes.
And then we'll make that call together.
One last thing. Brian is wanting to at least 2 Marks towers for the broadband, radios coverage.
Mark's
Yeah.
system.
Each one costs $700,000, around $700,000. So he's asking for around $1.4 million for the 2 Marks towers.
I thought he was looking on grant money or something for those towers. No? Am I mistaken?
So there's a lot of convoluted information on as far as getting a grant for those towers.
Right,
At
we
one
missed the
point it
window this year.
We did miss the window, right? So that's one thing, but also I believe it was a private entity that has to apply for that grant of some sort.
Oh, that's right.
On behalf
Right.
of us.
On
But
behalf
they
of
need
us.
we need to show that we are putting some skin in the game.
Mhm.
So
And by doing that, it's adding 2 towers.
So how much skin do we have to put in?
1.4 million.
$1.4 million.
About,
That's like for both towers.
That's for both towers.
I had,
$700,000 per tower,
we,
around there.
let's have Ryan come back in and explain this, because so many things have happened with the grants and missed
I
opportunities.
think we need to
and we have,
be
Agreed.
educated.
Yeah,
Because
have him come
I
in.
see there being more potentials, because that sort of goes with the COVID response. I mean, we realize then that we don't have enough towers, we don't, the broadband.
because at one
That would all
time Ryan was talking
enhance.
about more than just 2 towers.
There's, I think,
Three.
3 to 4
So that might
Yeah.
so if we put the 1.4 in, and then
they
the other 2
get a
towers will
grant
come
to do
come
along.
along.
But Ryan's the expert.
Yeah.
I just
That's
know
what
that
I'm
this
working
has been very convoluted and ever changing. So
Yeah,
What, right, community?
yeah, if he could, just to help clarify for us.
That's what I was thinking, maybe more towers.
I thought because remember they came in and got all the maps.
Yes,
and-
the towers,
Because that
Yeah.
should really be on our capital outlay then, shouldn't
Yes.
it?
I got that added in there.
yeah.
So, but I was
Okay.
keeping it separate because that's more a Ryan question than a Jillian question.
That's okay.
Yeah, capital outlays were Sabrina's
Yeah.
second time I said you're right today.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna text
I-
You better
Debbie.
tell Debbie
absolutely
if
wrote that down.
I'm texting Debbie.
Debbie, you better find.
What did you give Tony today? Give him
Keep
some
going.
more.
Any other questions, concerns about the stuff?
I think that's
No, that's pretty
quite a
good.
few.
Covers everything.
But
Besides it.
oh, I have a question. As far as your meetings and stuff with the other elected officials, everyone that is not on this list, they were fine with their, projected budget for next year, I'm assuming, and,
And everybody else is not asking
Okay.
just a little bit,
Okay,
but not enough to.
good. Glad to hear that. I mean, I thank them. Takes a team.
That's right, 'cause, what about the veterans? They wanted to raise for the board, did I miss that, was that discussed?
No.
Why do you do that?
They're asking for,
Like $3,000 or something? for
yeah,
it?
so $6,000 total for the year to give the board raises. I mean, it's like four board members. Rich gave us an email about all the other counties and how much their board is making, and we are kind of on the bottom.
Our board is, not our board, the veterans board is significantly less than around the state, quite honestly,
Okay.
and it's been quite some time since they've had a raise. I don't wanna give a number because I don't know off the top of my head, I just know it was quite some time.
Yeah.
And so this raise, is $6,000 for everybody on the board?
For the entire
Okay,
year, yes.
for a year. So the $6,000 raise would really
Just bring
There's-
them up to.
they're still gonna be
No.
below a significant amount. But this is what they are requesting, I mean, it was significant.
Mhm.
I would be in favor of it, but I would just like to have some backup for it. I mean, I would just be interested to see. I mean, maybe we could do something.
We've never had him come up since I've been here.
No,
Does he- does
let's
he-
have Rich come in.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a nice long meeting, Tuesday.
Well, it was already busy before all this, so now it's gonna be much busier.
That's okay,
So yeah, we're gonna be adding several.
that's
I'm
okay.
making-
I'm making note of them.
Everybody in Columbus by 6.
I'm making note of it.
All right.
Rich will be happy to do that. He said he'd be happy to come in if they had more questions. I just wanted it out there, this was something we didn't address, so.
Great.
Cool. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Dorina, when you said how much skin do we have to put in for these radio towers, you start thinking a pound of flesh perhaps?
Probably 2 pounds.
Firstborn. Oh.
I'll give my second.
Hey, honey. I'm on record.
I love you, Andrew.
Okay, so.
Miscellaneous items?
I'm sorry?
Miscellaneous.
Oh, yes.
Board of Commissioners moves to approve the November 23rd, 2021 regular meeting minutes.
Second?
Roll call.
Tony?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Board of Commissioners agrees to sign the application and certificate for payment of the final payment of $49,093.21 for Streetsboro State Route 14 Water Main Replacement Project, SHW 19-160. Payment for Spano Brothers Construction Company, Inc., as presented by the Water Resources Department.
Second?
Roll call. Tony?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Vicky?
Yes.
Board of Commissioners moves to acknowledge the receipt of November 22, 2021 certificate of the county auditor that the total appropriations for each fund do not exceed the official estimated resources for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2021, as determined by the Budget Commission and Portage County and represented by the county auditor.
Second?
Roll call.
Tony?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners moves to acknowledge the receipt of November 23rd, 2021 certificate of county auditor that the total appropriations for each fund do not exceed the official estimated resources for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2021, as determined by the Budget Commission of Portage County and represented by the county auditor.
Second?
Roll call. Tony?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Vicky?
Board-
Yes.
Board of Commissioners moves to sign the November 12, 2021 correspondence to Westfield Insurance Company, discharging and releasing the permit bond for Miller Logging LLC and Westfield Insurance Company from any and all past, present, and future liabilities under bond number BND 176627M as presented by the County Engineer's Office.
Second?
Roll call. Tony?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes.
Board of Commissioners moves to acknowledge the receipt of the county deposition report, intake report for November 15, 2021 through November 21st, 2021 as presented by Chief Dog Warden Dave McIntyre.
Second?
Roll call. Tony?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Vicky?
Yes.
Resolution, the Board of Commissioners moves the county holiday observation schedules for year 2022.
Second?
Yes, we are now up to, for the record, we're now up to 12 holidays a year, and it does include Juneteenth that was added. Roll call?
Tony?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And then,
Public comment is,
do we have anyone that wants to have public comment or a little early? Or Michelle, you wanna go?
No, I'm good.
we're
don't
not
have
gonna have
anything?
county administrator time?
I have no updates.
County administrator time?
She's got a
Story
she's got a time for it.
I have a standard just in case somebody
Okay.
brings
Yeah.
something in.
Oh, before
we
we
did that.
recess until public comment at 11, today, reminder, today we have to go out and speak for leadership Portage
Portage
County. Are both of you coming out?
Yes.
You're not going?
Yep.
So,
Be there,
yeah.
2 o'clock.
And normally how I orchestrate it, normally Vicki would do finances. I can highlight an overview of county commissioners and how we operate, and I can touch on the budgetary stuff, and then I don't know if you wanna do, some accomplishments and things that
Yeah.
we're looking to do for next year with the art, because everyone asks about the art money, and just
We can talk a
explain,
little bit about that.
we're not just sitting here, sitting on money.
Because the budget commission, I was there the other day and they asked about that and I said, we're probably be closer to the beginning of the year to have an idea of what we wanna do
Yeah.
and getting information.
And our new person starts on Monday, so we actually will have someone that is dedicated to that, so that.
Cool.
Okay. All right, well, we'll go ahead and recess till 11 a.m. Thank you.
Good.
Sabrina, quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
When you talk about the annex for the court, are you talking about Riddle Block 1?
No,
No,
honey,
the little
the annex
building
is
parking
right
lot.
in our parking lot. The prosecutor's office used to be there.
Oh, okay,
It's really nice. It has like an outside SDA.
yeah. Okay, yeah, so by the administration building,
Yes,
not,
ma'am.
okay, all right. I didn't know you could have court outside of the
There's only one that is allowed to do that. I believe that might be Judge Smith's.
Okay.
That she has. They do not have to be in the courthouse, but they do have to be in the city of Lorraine.
Yeah, they have to be in the county seat.
Right.
She would like to have had that put out by her, but you can't do it because of the township.
But then like juvenile court is out there,
Mhm.
juvenile center,
But-
so.
Yeah,
But
Probate.
her
Yeah, she was
probate, but it is an option for her.
yeah. Well, and you also have, arraignments at Justice Center, people video in, so. Okay, all right. I'm gonna be gone next week.
Where are you going?
Someplace good?
No, I'm just taking time off.
Oh,
I realized that I had like 3 weeks of vacation.
yeah,
I actually had a lot of vacation that I didn't take off. It's like, it's weird how they do their time off now. It's instead of so many weeks of vacation, so many days of sick time, it's just all paid time off now.
oh, it's a PTO
Yeah,
account.
yeah.
It's
So-
all combined
and you
in a
use
pot.
it or you lose it.
Yeah.
But,
I wish I had that.
yeah, it's like,
I haven't had that.
I don't get it.
When we were doing the sign up for all the benefits, and she showed me that list of holidays. I said, well, I get Christmas and Easter off. And Jenna didn't grasp what I was saying. And I said, I haven't had a paycheck in 35 years. And she's like, I pay myself.
Well, you know what, it's
Yeah.
funny because I laugh because when I do my payroll from the title company, I get a paycheck every week, pay taxes and stuff. It has accumulation of vacation hours. I think I'm up to 600 hours now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just gonna zero
I
it
put that
out.
over-
It ain't ever coming.
I've taken 2 full weeks in 31 years.
Yeah. I mean, and even when you go on vacation.
I've taken like,
I get calls. I mean, it's just a part of the course.
yeah, I've had like Fridays off or like extra day off a week, but and that was probably 15 years ago. I did it once, 1 year, twice. I haven't done it since.
My tenant.
but yeah, I tried to take the last 2 weeks off of the year because I thought that would be the slowest time to take off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they can't give me 2 weeks off in a row. So,
Wow. Well, good for you. Take your time off.
yeah, I kind of feel bad now because
My coworker is leaving.
Who?
Caitlin, where's she going? GIE Media.
What's that?
It's a, business to business
Okay.
publication. We've lost other people to them. So.
So your granddaughter was one of the little soldiers?
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
oh
she's
my
the
gosh,
first one out.
I love this game. I went there, I've got her father film and stuff there. I always do the spring show too, which is gonna be the Wizard of Oz. And, last year, 2 years ago, I lost a whole year. 2 years ago, they had like the Price is Right, that came to the city, and I got tickets, so I was all